Like Thompson, what a no, it's top
I got
notch.
that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No call. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Breno Javinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I die.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Fielded about a yard deep. Spins past it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The first carry now, this is Johnson. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Rodgers to throw. And Ginn's got it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
That's fine now.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Flush to his right. And incomplete to open things up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's Newton. Flushed out right. Taking a shot for Samuel. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Newton. Dancing to his left. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short. They'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Eluding the pressure right. He gets this one complete to Tre'Quan Smith. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run it now out of the gun. There he goes inside the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Duke Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Newton on second down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Do something.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. On 1st and 10, Newton. Flush to his right. Going to throw right side here, complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down, McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Way inside the 15 before they drop him. That good for 22 and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Newton now to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They begin the drive with Johnson. They find some open field here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Here's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. They'll hand it off now. Johnson down right around the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
319!
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
.319.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mario Addison in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it. Moore now on the return. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles? Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. On first down, it's Newton. Flushed out right. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone. You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Gun. Do something.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's 3rd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass. Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult. 3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep for the Panthers, Ted Ginn. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers. Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So it's half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter. I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half. We'll see if they do just that. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. He's going to let, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there for Carolina. 56 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Inside the 5 to the 4. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Gano out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
319! 319!
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. He goes underneath to Ingram. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Blue 58! Hey, check 26!
To throw on 3rd down. Rodgers steps away to his left. Looking long for Thomas. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And the Panthers coming out now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Tyler Davison coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. This is McCaffrey on the give. And some space here. Got some room at the 30. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 there, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try to pick up a first down.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
Now a handoff, Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense, to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight, but I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
He'll get it up the middle. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers.
Down. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 30, 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great out.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
The busy night continues for Johnson. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That's fine. Yeah.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. It's Hill, complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talks about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And take it right at the 35. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Great.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Hey!
From the gun, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
I don't think what we just saw there was any surprise because when Christian McCaffrey came out of Stanford, we knew he was a threat running it and catching it. And any way you can get the ball in his hands, he wanted to do so. Personally, I thought he ran the best routes of anyone coming out of his draft class, and that included the wide receivers.
Last year, 80 receptions, also in the return game. He's a bit of a Swiss Army knife, isn't he?
He certainly is. Every which way you want to go, however you want to package him, and I do think his running production will increase in 2018.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Panthers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hey, hey. Let's rock now.
They'll run it now. This is Charcandrick West. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Hey! Gun, gun.
Throwing here, Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. The Saints say they have it, and they do. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there, taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
58.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Hey.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
319. 319.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
26.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Being chased out. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
319.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.